first, and then shortly after the Philippines against Palestine. They're the 4 teams in Group B, one of the 4 groups here at the Asia Championship. And there you see Group B, and we expect this one to be a battle for perhaps 3rd spot, with those two at the top of the standings as it looks right now, the 2 most likely to be going through to the next round. So this is key on the opening day right here. It's a huge opening game of the 2015 FIBA Asia Championship here in Chongqing, a Kuwait team returning to the competition for the first time in 6 years against a Hong Kong team that finished in the top 10 2 years ago. Analyst Joachim Henson alongside me, Tim Long. Dean, what can we expect from this contest here today?
Well, first of all, it's welcome back to Kuwait. Did play in the 2011 and 2013 FIBA Asian Championships, and as you said, Hong Kong finishing in the top 10 in 2013 competitions. I think this is an important game for both these teams. As you mentioned, this could be a do or die for both Kuwait and Hong Kong. We saw the classifications in Group B. You've got the Philippines, Palestine, you've got Kuwait and Hong Kong. In the tournament format, only the top 3 out of the 4 in the preliminary stages will go to the second round, meaning to say every game will count. And if the Philippines and Palestine are seeded into the second round, so to speak, this could be the determining game as to which of the 4 teams will make it to the next round as a number 3 seed.
We see the players being introduced onto the court here for the very first game of these Asia Championships. Hong Kong being introduced first, shortly to be followed by Kuwait. So how difficult is it for these 2 teams, almost being thrown in at the deep end like they are today?
Well, I think it's going to be a very big challenge for both these teams. Kuwait is buying into the confidence level because in the Asian Championships, or rather the Asian Games last year in Incheon, Kuwait beat Hong Kong 81-65. And key players, however, from that lineup are not here. 8 players from that Kuwait team are not here in these championships, as you see the Hong Kong coach being introduced. Their key player, Ash Kanani, is injured. He's got an Achilles problem in both feet. Another key player, Al-Kabaz, is not going to be here. But the Kuwait coach is very upbeat. He's saying that their philosophy is no mercy. Because here, in the FIBA Asia Championships, there will be no playoffs. The quotient system will apply in case of ties. So he's saying they're not just after beating Hong Kong by 1 point. They're after beating Hong Kong by 20 points, if that's at all possible, because the quotient system might come into play. They need a cushion in terms of number of points over an opponent.
There you go, no mercy here today. That's the objective, that's the philosophy. It's a game that's so significant to these 2 nations here at the FIBA Asia Championships. Khaled Youssef, the head coach for Kuwait. We will just pause for the national anthems here, starting with Hong Kong.
Please remain standing for the national anthem of Kuwait.
Kuwait back in the FIBA Asia Championship after failing to qualify for the last 2 tournaments against Hong Kong, who returned after a 2-tournament absence of their own to finish 10th in 2013 It should be a fascinating contest in Group B. Alongside me are expert analyst Joaquin Henson, aka the Dean. He'll take you through the key players on display for both nations here on the opening day.
Well, started off with Hong Kong. I think the key player is undoubtedly Duncan Reid, 6'8", turns 26 years old next week, and he's a big presence inside. He's someone who can score. He's someone who, both from the outside and the inside. Also, I've noticed in his progression as a player, he's greatly improved from the 2013 FIBA Asian Championships, where he averaged 11.7 points and hit 50% from the free throw line. In the Asian Games last year, he shot 80% from the free throw line, upped his average to 12 points, 8 rebounds a game. He's going to be a key player for Hong Kong, without a doubt.
Major officials from Kazakhstan, Korea and China for this first game of these FIBA Asia Championships. And, we're about ready to see the full rosters and starting lineups for the two nations. Is it a case of stop him and stop them?
Well, you know, he's surrounded by very good outside shooters. Chan, for instance, wearing number 8 for Hong Kong. He had 16 points in Hong Kong's close game against the Philippines in 2013. Take a look at the Hong Kong roster right now. We talked about number 8, Chan. Keep an eye on him. He's a shooter from the outside. Every time you have a dominant big man like Duncan Reid, who wears number 14, teaming up with an outside shooter, it's incumbent on the big guy to find and locate those outside shooters, especially the open corners. And if they can hit those shots on the kickouts, then it's going to be a big thing for Hong Kong. And again, players we mentioned, Chan, number 8, Duncan Reid, number 14. Other players you see in the starting lineup of Hong Kong, they are going to be surrounding Reid to give him the complementary players to make him even more dominant inside. Well, talking to the coach of Hong Kong, and he's Hing King Hon, he said that they had about 1-2 months of training. Take a look at the roster of Kuwait, and for Kuwait, big players are number 5, Hassan, number 12, Al-Hamedi, Al-Zafiri is number 16, a very young team. And you see Hassan, number 5, Al-Hamidi, we mentioned, number 12, Al-Zafiri, number 16, Al-Said, number 30, and number 28, Al-Jama. And their oldest, their oldest player is actually Al-Hamedi, who's 28 years old. So this is a relatively young team. Their average age is 24 years old. Average height is 6'4".
Two sets of players for this opening game at the FIBA Asia Championships. And the key players picked out. Who's going to step up on the big stage? That's the key question that we'll leave for those on the court to answer right now. They have to focus straight away. There's little time to feel your way into this tournament for these two nations. Kuwait and Hong Kong both facing almost a do-or-die must-win game right from the very start.
Kim, you make a very interesting point about stepping up, especially in the part of Kuwait, because as we mentioned, Akashanani, or rather Ashkanani, who is their key player, not able to play. So you wonder which players from the Kuwait side are going to step up and fill in the vacuum. You've got Ashkanani, who's actually on the bench wearing his warm-up jacket and slippers to provide the moral support that is required to get his teammates going in this game.
Well, we're already in China for the opening game of the 2015 FIBA Asia Championship. Myself, Tim Long, alongside analyst Joaquin Henson, all set to talk you through the action here in Changsha. Not much to split these two in the FIBA rankings. Kuwait, the 70th ranked team in the world, up against Hong Kong, the 69th ranked nation. Who will start the continent's premier international basketball competition with a win to move top of Group B?
Al-Jama jumping here for Kuwait. He's 6'4", 28 years old. You see the height difference between Al-Jama and Duncan Reid, who's 6'8". Duncan Reid is half Chinese, half Canadian. His father, a Canadian businessman, has lived in Hong Kong for over 30 years. He was born in Hong Kong. He's listed as a local for Hong Kong. Here's a miscue. Obviously, he won the tap because of his height advantage, but his teammates need to be able to recognize where that ball is going after the tap.
Al-Hamidi with the inbound pass. And to San. It's going to be Kuwait looking to get the first points on the board here at the FIBA Asia Championships with Al Hamidi looking to drive inside, pirouette in the lane, back out to the perimeter, open three here, short. They'll get the offensive board though with Al Jamar. Hassan.
Off the offensive rebound, you have 14 seconds to make a shot.
They're down to just 3 left already. They've worked it nicely right at the end of the shot clock to get the first points of these FIBA Asia Championships.
Wide open layup that time for Kuwait. And for Duncan Reid, he needs to be able to recover. Make sure that that open lane is well covered by his presence.
First shot for Hong Kong missed by Lee Ki.
Just one and done for Hong Kong that time. Need to be able to establish a much better presence there for Duncan Reid.
Zafiri moves the ball on to Al Said. Picked off here, a chance now for Hong Kong to come in transition off the steal and get their first points of these championships.
Good defense translating into good offense. Number 11 player Cheng making that play possible. A little bit of a pressure now, but you see number 5 player for Kuwait with a big size advantage over his Hong Kong defender.
Al Jamar twisting away, finding Al Hamidi. Al Hamidi is going to put up the difficult shot, and Hong Kong come up with a stop.
Well, you notice that Kuwait, they really don't have a dominant big man. So you've got their wings, their outside players, trying to create situations where they can penetrate and kick out. But they have no inside presence, someone who can be able to draw the defense towards the interior.
Chong driving inside now, kicking out to the far side. 3 off the mark, second miss from downtown in the opening 2 minutes for Hong Kong. Real aggressive drive here from Hamed Hassan, who's fouled on the way to the rim.
You're looking at the disparity of the size. You've got Kuwait with the advantage in terms of bulk and weight, especially from the wings and the guard positions. So they're not really moving towards the inside because they know they have to contend with the Duncan Reid. So they're looking at where they can have an advantage over Hong Kong. And that's where their size and heft from the outside in the wing position.
Driving towards the baseline again was Hassan, and another foul here. Hamed Hassan's really taken on the responsibility of driving Kuwait forward in these opening few minutes. Just 18 years of age, the Kuwait number 5.
A lot of young players in Kuwait. And this is a team that's rebuilding. As you mentioned, Tim, this team has not played in the FIBA Asia Championship for the last 2 stagings. So, as we said, it's welcome back for Kuwait. They did qualify for these championships out of the Gulf area. They qualified with Qatar.
That one's good for Al Hamidi. The first 3 of this tournament knocked down.
And that's a warning for Hong Kong. They need to be able to close out on the shooters. There's a traveling violation coming from the outside. Now you notice Reid really hasn't gotten his touches at all in this game. For someone who's supposed to be a dominant player, who's their most improved player, they need to get him involved in the offense.
It's been a very positive start for Kuwait, led by the 18-year-old here with the ball now, Hamed Hassan. Looking to prod and probe and then drive, and called for a travel.
Taking a hop inside. But again, Reid's presence in the inside made him change his mind about how to drive and penetrate.
Hong Kong are going to try and answer back now. They move it on through Chan over to the far side. They'll try another 3. They've missed all 3 of their attempts now from downtown.
Kuwait playing with this 2-3 zone defense, giving Hong Kong an option to take a shot from the outside.
That one's going to be a long 2 for Kuwait, and it's knocked down impressively by Nasser Al-Jafiri.
Well, Tim, you don't see the conviction in terms of the defenders of Hong Kong. They're not closing out hard enough on the medium range and outside shooters.
Aggressive drive to the hoop here and a foul, so Hong Kong will have the opportunity from the foul line to close the gap down from 5.
There's Cheng, number 11, 6'2", 29 years old. Aggressive move inside. That's something they need to do. They've been relying on the outside shot that hasn't been there for Hong Kong. So they need to be able to be more aggressive in driving strong to the hole and getting to the free throw line.
Chong Kam Hing is there now, hits the first. And he's got all 3 points so far for Hong Kong. They've missed 3 attempts from downtown, all 3 of their attempts from downtown. They've only taken 1 shot inside in the opening 3 minutes and hit it. And it's Chong Kam-hing who knocks down both free throws, and he's the man who's done the damage inside so far. They need a bit more of that. By Al Saeed and Al Hamidi back out to the perimeter. Moved on here to Al Hamidi again. Shot clock down to 5 as he lost the handle on the ball. They've got to get a shot away here with Hassan. 2 left on the shot clock. Puts it up from the outside and puts it in. The 18-year-old stepping up on the big stage.
Under time pressure that time, Hassan hitting it from the outside. Almost a one-man show here for Hong Kong. Again, number 11. Going strong to the hole, getting himself to the foul line.
Hong Kong relying heavily on Chong Kam-hing to get them out of a little bit of trouble at the start of this opening game. He's back at the line again, having hit both attempts last time. That one seemed to stay above the rim for an eternity before dropping out. Six-point Kuwait lead, and Chong Kam-hing misses both. The opportunity to close it goes begging.
Number 28 player, Al Juma, not able to handle the ball. He had his hands on the defensive rebound.
So still Hong Kong ball. Chan Siu Wing to inbound it. They'll put it up from the outside again. It's off the mark again, so 0 of 4 now from 3-point range.
Good box out here by Kuwait, getting the defensive rebound. Again, not allowing Hong Kong second chance opportunities.
Now Saeed. Now here's Al Zafiri looking to drive inside. He was tracked all the way. Good defense that time from Duncan Reid.
That's right, not a good idea to go one-on-one against the big guy.
Lee Key's going to try from the outside. They keep on trying. And if at first you fail, try again.
A little bit of pace that time in Hong Kong's attack. I think Hong Kong is a lot better when they're running after the shot clock instead of trying to finish up the shot clock.
Hassan. Shot clock's down to 5 here again. Out to the corner. They'll try and answer back with a 3 of their own. Well off the mark. And here come Hong Kong now. Up court quickly in transition. It's that man again driving towards the hoop. Chong Kam-hing gets hit. We'll go to the line for 2.
And that's the kind of pace that Hong Kong needs. They need to be able to speed up the game, go up and down. That way also they're not able to fight against the sticky zone defense that Kuwait's been applying. The 2-3 zone defense has been hellish here for Hong Kong, but slowly they've been able to trim the gap. It's down to 3, but number 11 Man Cheng has missed his last 3 free throws.
Yeah, hit his first 2, missed his last 3 now. Let's see if he can break that drought from the line. And he can't, so 4 misses in a row, and by the end of this one they could prove costly.
Here's a lane violation against Kuwait, giving number 11 Man Cheng another opportunity to score from the line.
So he's been given a bit of a lifeline in terms of ending that drought. And he takes full advantage of it, just. A 6-point deficit is closed down to just 2, midway point of the first quarter here.
You're seeing number 5 player, because of his advantage in heft. He's posting up against number 8.
Double teamed here, Hassan knocked away. And Hong Kong will come in transition again with the number 11 driving through. Can't lay it up and in though.
Number 11 player really has to know when to pass. Taking it all by himself. A lot of opportunities there for passing.
Al Hamidi. Al Jamar. Over to Hassan. Hassan looking to drive towards the baseline. Steps back, takes the shot. Off the mark though. And Hong Kong reel in the rebound. They're going to try from the outside again, and it's 2 in a row now from downtown. Lee Key hits from this near side. And Hong Kong from 6 down have taken the lead here. They missed their first 4 3-point attempts. They've hit their last 2, and they forced Kuwait into calling timeout. Kuwait 10, Hong Kong 11, just across the midway point of the first quarter in the first game of the FIBA Asia Championship here in Changsha. And after a very positive start for Kuwait, up 10-4, Hong Kong have now scored the last 7 points. And having missed their first 4 3-point attempts, they've hit their last 2, and they have taken the lead, in Kuwait forced into calling timeout.
And you wonder what adjustments Kuwait will make at this stage after Hong Kong has started to find its range from the outside. Will they stay with a 2-3 zone defense? Will they go man-to-man, make it a little more difficult? In that situation, Hong Kong will want to get the ball in the hands of Duncan Reid instead of the outside shooters. Let's see what Kuwait does in defense. But meanwhile, what a
Beautiful
drive
move
down the baseline.
Al Saeed right off the timeout. Hong Kong hanging it high off the glass, the miss, and Al Saeed grabs the rebound. Ahmed Hassan, 5 points to lead his team in the opening quarter here. They'll try and play a difficult pass in, thread the needle pass in towards Al Shamari, knocked away and out of bounds.
Looks like Kuwait making adjustments here in terms of their offense. They're looking at more ball movement. They're doing down screens to be able to get the players free down the baseline and attacking inside.
There's 6 seconds remaining on the shot clock here.
Well, Kuwait really with the advantage in size, especially from the wing area. That's something they really need to work on.
They've just readjusted that to 7 as Kuwait inbound. And it slips through the fingers of Al Hamidi, and a turnover.
Kuwait still sticking to that 2-3 zone defense. It's one of the rare touches for Duncan Reid.
He kicks it out to the outside and goes down quickly on the perimeter. Chong's going to look to drive into the lane again. Back out to this man on this near side again. Lee Key's hit already. He misses that one, but they get the offensive board. They'll put it up from the far side this time, and a miss for Chong. Another offensive rebound and a fresh 14 again.
Second chance opportunities here for Hong Kong, and Lee missing again from the outside.
Rebound grabbed by Al Saeed. They'll come up court quickly. Kuwait moved in here to Al Jamar. Onto Al Saeed.
Al Shamari looking to seal his man. Nice move inside, just not able to hit it.
Grabs his own rebound, puts it high off the glass, but misses. He was looking across at the official for a foul. It didn't come. Prodded away there in front of Lee Key. There's a real battle for possession. It's Kuwait who come away with it. And they'll look to take advantage now. The behind the back pass for Al Hamidi doesn't come off. And here come Hong Kong. A crazy passage of play. And it's Hong Kong who take full advantage of it. Put in by Wong Chung Wei.
Good defense there by Hong Kong, and again the recognition of someone breaking away. Duncan Reid with a pass. Hong Kong doing a lot of damage in transition, as well as from the three-point line.
Abdul Rahman Al Jamar. Back to Abdullah Al Saeed. Reeled in by Al Shamari. Looking to attack here, only 3 left to shoot. And he was faced by the big presence of Wong Chung Wei and couldn't find a way past. And we've got a foul in transition on Abdullah Al Saeed. 2 minutes and 7 seconds remaining in the first quarter. Hong Kong leading by 1. We've had a couple of lead changes now after a positive start from Kuwait.
We'll check out the team foul situation right now. Kuwait is in the penalty situation. On the next foul, it'll be shooting free throws for Hong Kong with still 2:07 left in the game, or rather in the first quarter.
And it comes towards Reid now, and move quickly around the perimeter. They'll look to attack from this near side with Chan across to the far side. They'll try another 3. They miss it. They'll try and get the offensive ball, but it's pulled in by Al Jamar. And they've taken 10 attempts now from downtown in this first 8 minutes. Hassan. Al Jamar across to the far side to Al Saeed. Al Saeed looking to get away from the defense here, drives into the lane, into traffic too, and can't finish. And here come Hong Kong in transition. An opportunity for them on the fast break again, but the pass off the mark from Al Young.
Kuwait doing a good job of playing transition defense that time. No balance in that transition attack of Hong Kong.
Final 90 seconds of the first quarter here of the first game of the FIBA Asia Championship. Al Jamar. Toss it goes now to Abu Dom. Shot clock down to 5 already. Abu Dom looking to attack. He's going to put up the 3, a couple of feet back, and knocks it down.
Here's an opportunity for Abu Dom to show what he can do. Hassan sitting on the bench, so now he's playing the point guard position.
Lovely
Nice
pass from Duncan Reid, and Wong Chung Wei puts it in with the foul and a chance at a 3-point play.
Well, excellent movement down the baseline. Take a look at it again. There's the cut, and the good recognition on the part of Reid to find Wong for that layup and a 3-point play opportunity in the offing.
They miss another from the foul line. This time, Wong Chung Wei, the guilty man, can't complete the 3-point play. We're level at 15. Final minute of the first quarter here. Al-Jamar. Across to the near side, it's Hamad Hassan. Hassan looking to get it back to Al-Jamar. Very nearly lost the ball. Abu Dom now hit the 3 on his last possession. Right at the end of the shot clock again. Here he's going to drive inside this time. Right between the defense, found a way through and lays it up and in.
What a game so far by Abu Dom, filling in for Hassan, who's sitting on the bench. Again, an outside shot coming from Hong Kong.
Yeah, they're 2 of 11 from downtown now. Shot clock turned off at the end of the first quarter.
Sean took that 3-point shot for Hong Kong. Supposed to be one of their top gunners. Hong Kong so far has lived and died.
Abu Dom for the 3 again. Short this time, can't get the bounce. And they'll have a chance to put it up from 3-quarter court. And it's been a very entertaining first quarter at these FIBA Asia Championships. Kuwait had an early 6-point lead. Hong Kong went on a 7-point run to take the lead themselves. We had a couple of lead changes, and it's Kuwait who lead at the end of 1, 17-15.
We'll take a look at the game statistics so far. From 3-point distance, you've got Hong Kong taking 11 3-point shots and rebounding dead even, which is why it's been competitive so far. You take a look at the turnover situations. I'd like to find out how many transition baskets Hong Kong has scored, because they've been able to mix and match their offense. When the pace is there for Hong Kong, they like to run and they like to score in transition. But they've also taken too many outside shots, and they feel that's the measure to take against the 2-3 zone defense being shown by Kuwait. Here's Cheng on the attack. Took a lot of shots. That was off a steal in transition. And then you have Hassan hitting it from the outside. Kuwait's point guard. Size, heft, but that time going against the double team of Hong Kong, and then Lee hitting it from the outside. That's a 3-pointer right there. Drawing applause from his teammates. And then a nice give and go situation. And then Abu Dom hitting it from the outside and filling in for Hassan. And you see Youssef, the Kuwait coach, showing his expression of pleasure in that shot.
A really positive start for the number 5 Hassan. 5 points early on, and Abu Dom came in for 5 quick 5 points of his own in the space of 92 seconds at the end of that first quarter for Kuwait. 6 rebounds for Al-Jamar. Impressive figures, and Al Saeed with 4 boards in the first 10 minutes as well. For Hong Kong, the leading scorer in the game is Ki Lee with those 8 points, with a couple from downtown. They've had 5 rebounds from the big man, Duncan Reid.
Well, Tim, I mentioned about transition points, and sure enough, in the first quarter, Hong Kong with 4 transition points, none for Kuwait. In terms of bench scoring, Kuwait with 5, Hong Kong with none. So Kuwait getting a lot better contributions from their bench than Hong Kong. Surprisingly, Duncan Reid really hasn't shown too much. He has not scored in this game already, however, with 5 rebounds.
Moved on towards Chong. Hong Kong looking to get the first points of the second quarter. Here's Chong Kam-hing again. Very aggressive in that first quarter. On to Reid now. Reid's going to attack, looking to get started here. Can't hit the shot. They get the offensive board, and they can't hit at the second attempt.
What a start here for Hong Kong. First play to start the second quarter, you have Duncan Reid attacking the basket, something that he didn't do in the first period, something that he must do for Hong Kong to be able to establish some kind of superiority in this game.
Sam was looking to post up and receive the ball. Instead, it goes around the perimeter. Al Shamari, shot clock down to 3 now. Al Jamar's going to attack right at the end of the shot clock. Didn't get it away in time, and a shot clock violation.
Good defense by Reid. The way he pushed Al Jamar over to the right side, away from close to the basket. That's the way you play defense against someone who's driving strong to the hole. You funnel him over to one side to make it difficult for him to angle the shot, even to use the board to make a layup.
Hong Kong moving the ball around the perimeter again. Goes in towards Reid. Out to the outside. They'll look to try and create some space there. There's a double team over on the far side. They'll peel away for the open 3. It's no good. Not back into the hands of Reid. And the big man gets going.
That's his first 2 points. But nice tap coming from Ao Yung of Hong Kong. Open shot here for Duncan Reid. Hassan back in action here at the point guard position for Kuwait.
Here he is now with the ball. Across to Al Jamar on the near side, looking to drive into the baseline. Spins away, spins into traffic though. Tipped back by Hassan. They have to try and force it up. Hits the rim, but Hong Kong able to grab the board. Now Young tries to fizz the pass in and turns it over straight away. We're level at 17.
Well, good intention by Young. Again, they need the pace. They need the speed and quickness to get the big guys of Kuwait moving in their 2-3 zone defense.
Look at that, no score for Kuwait since 34 seconds left in the first quarter. So they're 2.5 minutes without a point now. And they end that mini drought here. It's moved in by Al Saeed, and a foul as Al Shamari receives the ball.
Al Shamari trying to be aggressive, playing the post position. He's up against big guys, however. Zito checking in for Hong Kong. Now, he's a big boy, 6'5", 28 years old. He's a veteran.
Wong Chung Wai just picking up his second foul here, 2 minutes into the second quarter. Here's Abu Dom. Looking to drive inside, been a really aggressive start from him, and he's able to get it to go. Really impressive from the 22-year-old here.
Tough drive.
7 points in 4 minutes for him. On by Shu, then on by Ao Yung. Gets it back now in towards Reid. Reid kicking it out to the corner. They'll put up the 3. They'll miss again. And now 2 of 13 from 3-point range. It almost looks as though they're going to live and die by that 3-point shot at the moment.
Well, Tim, it's very obvious that Kuwait's defense is focused on making Duncan Reid a passer instead of a scorer. 2-3 zone defense is really taking him away from his offensive game. Here he tries to attack the traveling violation. He's been frustrated by that 2-3 zone defense. And when you're playing the back line, the 3 on the 2-3 zone defense, you're taking the post position away from the dominant offensive player. And so that defense has worked wonders here for Kuwait, especially in diffusing the offense of Duncan Reid.
It is Kuwait to have the lead just by 2 points with 7:14 remaining in the first half. Kuwait to have the ball. Abdullah Al Saeed is set to inbound. And into the game comes Yusuf Bohama, 21-year-old, another one of the young players on this roster.
You'll notice that Kuwait now is playing Abu Dom and Hassan together. They alternated for each other in the first period.
Passed up the opportunity for the open 3, drives inside and wasn't aware of the shot clock. The man who's just come into the game. Bohama turns it over.
24-second shot clock violation.
He had the opportunity for the open 3 as well, with just a couple of seconds remaining on the shot clock.
Here's a blocking foul against Kuwait.
Bohama called for the foul on the defensive end after the shot clock violation on the offensive end. Non-shooting foul, so Hong Kong to inbound. Backed it away right in front of Lee Ki. Out of bounds of Hassan, still Hong Kong ball. Shu. To drive down the baseline now, Ao Yung can't hang it in, and Hassan reels in the rebound. strong to protect the ball as well. It's his third board of the game, and here's Abu Dom. Back out to the perimeter now. They're going to look to drive inside with Al-Shamari. Retrieved on the baseline, back out for an open three. It's an air ball, and Hong Kong will come away with it and a chance to tie the game or maybe take the lead.
Hong Kong not able to run transition. Almost an open situation here for Zhu.
Zhu on the perimeter again. Again, Kuwait working ever so hard to close them down on the outside in towards Reed. Back out towards the outside now to Lee Kee. They're going to put it up here with Al Young. And another miss from three-point range, and then a foul.
Kuwait fouling on the rebounding situation. It's on Al Said.
It's his third foul. So Abdullah Al Said picks up foul number 3. Only 4 minutes into the second quarter. That's a big blow for Kuwait, one of their key rebounders. And Hong Kong call a timeout here, trailing by 2. Kuwait 19, Hong Kong 17. Lee still the leading scorer in the game with those 8 points. Hit a couple from downtown. Kuwait now led by the 7 of Abu Dom. Those 7 points scored in just 4 minutes and 10 seconds.
Very interesting, Tim, that Kuwait qualifying out of the Gulf situation, as you see the Kuwait coach Khaled Youssef giving instructions. Qatar and Kuwait qualifying out of the Gulf, and it was a 6-team eliminations. Bahrain, Saudi Arabia, United Arab Emirates, and Oman also in the situation. Kuwait qualifying to make it back to the FIBA Asian Championships after sitting out 2011 and 2013. But they've come well prepared for these championships, although Coach Youssef was saying they've had to shuffle their lineups with hit by injuries. Certainly giving a good account of themselves so far in this game. They're up by 2 against Hong Kong. They did beat Hong Kong in the Asian Games in Incheon in 2014.
6 minutes of the first half remaining. Hong Kong looking to get level here. It's stripped away though. Kuwait will come on the fast break and in transition with Abu Dom. It's good transition defense from Hong Kong. Here they come now looking to get level again with Reed.
And what about the double team here by Kuwait on Duncan Reed every time he has possession in the post situation? And then Zeto getting fouled inside. He's the big guy. He's the big boy. So coach of Hong Kong on King looking for 2 big guys to take care of the rebounding inside. It's really to ease the pressure of Duncan Reed. And in that situation, Duncan Reed was double teamed, and then Zito getting an opportunity to find his way close to the basket and getting himself 2 free throws.
Duncan Reed, the biggest player on court today in this opening game, 6'8", 204 centimeters. Zeto at the line, 6'5", 195 centimeters. Kuwait struggle for height really in this competition. Mohamed Marzouk, their tallest player, at 6'6", 198 centimeters. And they've struggled to score for the last 2.5 minutes again, Kuwait. Here's Abu Dom. Midway point of the second quarter. Shot clock down to 3 already, puts up the long 2, and Abu Dom continues to fire in the opening game.
What a shot coming from Abu Dom. There was a screen set up by Al-Shamari. Didn't get the pass on the pick and roll.
Hong Kong looking to answer back with Xu. Down by 3 now. And the travel called, so they turn the ball over.
Hong Kong really having a difficult time against that 2-3 zone defense by Kuwait. Duncan Reed looking very frustrated. Has only scored 2 points in this game off an offensive rebound. Off a pass, actually, from the offensive rebound.
This is a player who's improved since averaging 11.7 points per game at these championships 2 years ago. 2 points in 15 minutes so far. Kuwait turned the ball over. offensive foul on Hassan.
Again, looking to post up his man. He's the point guard, but because of his heft advantage, looking to post up a much smaller defender. But called for the offensive foul.
回合队单协队判会议打14次。
Really interesting first quarter. A couple of runs and back and forth. The second quarter has slowed down slightly. We've got a very close game on our hands.
And a very tactical game, Tim. The way both these coaches are trying to look for the necessary adjustments, especially in putting in different combinations on the floor. Like two big men here for Hong Kong, 2 point guards for Kuwait.
And 2 offensive rebounds before the foul.
Right. Tenacity is being shown here by Hong Kong in keeping that ball alive. Duncan Reed frustrated, sitting on the bench at this point.
Kuwait are yet to go to the foul line. Hong Kong have only hit 4 out of 9 attempts so far. They look to try and improve that percentage here.
Hassan sitting down, he's got 3 personal fouls. They'll need to keep him active for the second half. Kuwait showing up at this tournament with only 10 men. Lineup decimated by injuries.
Wong Chung Wai at the line, playing at his 3rd Asia Championships. After 7 points and 4 rebounds a game at the 2013 tournament. 4 points a game in 2007, gets a couple of points from the line and ends Hong Kong's drought. Kuwait leading by 1. 4 minutes of the first half to play. They'll put it up from mid-range, short from Al-Shamari. And here they come quickly in transition again. Hong Kong caught into the basket and called for a travel was Lin Ho Chun.
Wasted opportunity for Hong Kong. The turnovers hurting Hong Kong at this stage.
They've had 8 in the first half. That one looked like an opportunity for 2 easy points. Al-Hamidi to drive towards the baseline and try and find a pass, but it was difficult to execute here. They come in transition again. They won't make the mistake that time. Hong Kong swiftly down court and Chan Siu Wing puts it in.
And Hong Kong coach On doing a good job of shuffling his players, keeping fresh legs on the floor, realizing it's speed, it's Hong Kong's speed that is the main advantage. If they can get their game going in transition, here we go again.
Yet again, Lee Kee this time, another open layup in transition, and Hong Kong picking up steam towards the end of the first half, lead by 3. And they will force Kuwait into calling timeout.
Here's a situation when the ball was loose, and then Hong Kong very quickly to the ball, running a foot race and winning it in transition, scoring a fast break 2 points. And that's been key to this big surge by Hong Kong. It's their quickness, the ability to get more fresh legs on the floor than Kuwait, which is playing with a decimated lineup.
Chan Siu Wing scoring his first points of this tournament after 7.7 points per game at the tournament 2 years ago, and forcing Kuwait into calling a timeout. You can see their leaders at the bottom of your screen right now. 9 points for Abu Dong, coming in at 9 minutes on court. 6 rebounds for Al Jamal. It's Hong Kong who were in the ascendancy towards the end of the first half here, leading now by 3. It's been a close game for some time now, for the entirety of the second quarter.
Well, let's keep in mind that Kuwait is in a penalty situation, while Hong Kong has given up only 1 team foul in this period. Overall, Hong Kong has made only 3 fouls, and you've got Kuwait with 2 players with 3 personal fouls apiece.
Foul trouble in the first half for Kuwait, and a turnover for them. They just can't get going at the moment.
Kuwait players looking a little bit tired, a little bit out of sync at this stage. Opportunity here for Hong Kong to build up their lead.
They look to take advantage of this situation and have real momentum heading into the break. They move it around the perimeter here to Chan. Chan over to the far side after drawing the attention of the defense. He'll free himself up now on the near side, moves it towards the corner. The 3 is good from Lin Ho Chun, and Hong Kong continue their run.
Now what about the ball movement of Hong Kong? Moving that ball around the perimeter, finding the open corner three-point shot.
They lead by 6. It's their largest lead of the game with 2.5 remaining in the first half. Mohammed driving in high off the glass, can't get it to drop. Offensive board, Al-Jamar, and forced away from the basket. Al-Shamari leaves it for Mohammed. There's 5 seconds left to shoot here. Mohammed towards the baseline, bounce pass, and then the foul as Al-Shamari was making a move towards the rim.
An extra pass, very critical, especially in driving towards the basket. And Al-Shamari finding himself at the line. He's been trying to score. So far has not scored a point.
Third foul there on Wong Chung Wai. And it's going to be the first trip to the foul line for Kuwait in this game. And it comes just 2 minutes away from halftime. And we'll have another timeout here with Kuwait down by 6. Hong Kong leading 27-21. Now you can see the leaders for Hong Kong, the 10 points for Lee, 7 rebounds for Reed, although he's been limited to just 2 points in scoring, forced to move the ball out to the perimeter, where Hong Kong have only hit 3 of 15 from downtown, but they're starting to do their damage on the fast break and in transition, building off their defense now, and they've hit 6 attempts inside, and a couple of layups in transition have helped them move into this 6-point lead.
It's interesting that in Hong Kong, you've got their 2 outstanding players in Chan and Reed, just combining for 4 total points so far. And, you know, the storyline that we were talking about at the start of this game, about players stepping up, I think we're seeing it on display in this game. Kuwait, for instance, getting good production from Abu Dhabi with 9 points. Someone who came off the bench to spell Hassan, and providing the impetus here for the coach of Kuwait, Khaled Youssef, to use Hassan and Abu Dhabi playing together. And then you have Hong Kong, a lot of players stepping up in the absence of the scoring sock of both Chan and Duncan Reed.
Kuwait will feel that they don't want to lose further ground before half-time to Hong Kong, so these are key free throws, and Al-Shamari makes them both.
First 2 points here for Al-Shamari.
The first 2 free throws of the game for Kuwait. 2 minutes to go in the first half. 5-point Hong Kong lead. Lin Ho Chun moves it on, around the perimeter by Lee Ki. Here he is inside now, Lin looking to attack, knocked away in the end from Lau Vo To. A key defensive stop for Kuwait this period in the first half, a chance to close the gap and make it a 1-possession game again.
Kuwait that time using its length to good advantage and playing that 2-3 zone defense. That has been a key in their defense. And for Hong Kong, all they need to do is not just take the outside shot, but to get ball movement to take away the advantage of that length.
Abu Dhabi out to Al-Jamar. He's going to put up the long 2 here. Off the mark, and Al-Shamari closing in on the offensive board. It was Hong Kong who grabbed him, they've given it away, and Abu Dhabi from the outside will make them pay. What a first half for him, 12 points in 11 minutes.
Well, he's the only player in double figures so far in Abu Dhabi, showing what he's got offensively from the outside shot.
Really impressive start for him. Kuwait within 1 all of a sudden, and they wanted to travel there.
Extra pass against the zone defense. That always works. And Lau coming in down the middle, getting the pass from Zeto, and finding himself at the free throw line.
There's the 3 from Abu Dhabi, 12 points in this first half. Hong Kong back at the foul line again. They'll take their 12th and 13th attempt from the line in the first half, and they miss another one.
Lau, the second tallest player in the Hong Kong lineup, he's 6'7".
This is the both, so the struggles continue from the line. They're shooting less than 50%.
That's true, and in the first period they were 3 out of 7 from the stripe. Something that they need to work on.
Final minute of the first half here, 1-point game. It's been close for the vast majority.
There's a switch on the pick and roll.
The shot clock's down to 2, and they run into trouble. Hong Kong strip Kuwait of the ball, and they'll pull up for the open 3, in and out. Offensive board, and a fresh 14 to work with here. Lee Key to the corner, driving down the baseline was Wu Yang. They're trying to force it in right at the end of the first half here, rejected by El Shamari.
Tough interior defense by Kuwait. A lot of opportunities in Hong Kong to score from the inside. But in a situation like that, you'll need a Duncan Reid. Someone who can power his way against that interior defense of Kuwait.
They'll put up the long 2. Off the
Another
offensive board, and put in this time by Zeto Waikit. And Hong Kong lead by 3. The final offensive possession surely now with this first half, with the ball in the hands of Mashari Abu Dham. They'll hold it for the last shot.
Kuwait spreading the floor for a one-on-one situation.
He's had the hot hand so far. Is he going to go alone? No, back to the outside to El Shamari, who misses from the perimeter at the end of the first half. And what a thoroughly entertaining first half it's been here in Changsha in the opening game of the FIBA Asia Championships. After a quick start for Kuwait, Hong Kong came back strong, and we've had several lead changes, a close game throughout. It is Hong Kong who lead by 3, 29-26 at the half.
Take a look at the game statistics right now. 18% shooting from three-point distance. 16 three-point attempts by Hong Kong. That's far too many, and that's bringing down their total field goal percentage. Take a look at the rebounds. Hong Kong dominating the boards 26-18. Also with 2 more assists than Kuwait. Turnover situation, Kuwait with 1 more. Steals, Hong Kong with 1 more. Block shot just about even.
So there's key shooting percentages that stand out. Here's the leading scorers. Abu Dham 12 points in the first half, 8 for Lee from Hong Kong. They're the leading scorers in the game. There's some big rebounding numbers as well. Al Jamal with those 7 boards for Kuwait and 7 for Duncan Reid for Hong Kong, although he's been limited to just 2 points. And Kuwait will be very happy indeed with the defensive job they've done on the inside on Reid.
That's right. You take a look at that extra pass, or supposed to be an extra pass that went awry, and Kuwait getting hit with 11 turnovers in the first half, something that they need to work on. Here's a one-on-one action coming from Abu Dham, who's got 12 points, and then the transition attack of Hong Kong. That is giving them spurts. That is giving them an opportunity to get ahead. Here's the defense. Here's another transition basket from Hong Kong.
And it's become more and more a key part of this game the longer that first half has gone on.
Without a doubt, Hong Kong looking to its quickness as an advantage against the heft of Kuwait. And Kuwait really needs to take extra care in the way they're giving up fouls. They've got 2 players in critical condition right now with 3 personal fouls. Hassan, one of their key players, Al Said, also with 3 personal fouls.
Well, join us for the second half in around 10 minutes' time. At half-time, it is Kuwait 26, Hong Kong 29.
每一滴汗水，如你
中锋越拿起亚 ，BYK 百岁神 Ganton， 英特体育 Intersport， 日本航空公司 Japan Airlines， 博腾 Motor， 比特体育 K Sport， 元佐 Diesel， 湖南粮食集团有限公司，湖南 Grain Group， 吉祥人寿保险股份有限公司，吉祥 Life Insurance Company， 五报地产湖南开发有限公司。 大连华尔祥生物科技发展有限公司，大连华尔祥 Technologies Development Corporation， 中国质量电路集团股份有限公司，湖南 CRRC Electric Corporation， 湖南省建筑工程集团总公司，湖南 Construction Group， 湖南武汉体育实业发展集团有限公司，湖南 Fiber Sports Industry Development Group Corporation。 华润雪花啤酒中国有限公司 ，China Resources Snow Breweries。同时，我们还要向以下的内容感谢他们是。And also we thank all the following official partners。国际篮球联合会，日本中国篮球协会 ，Chinese Basketball Association， 湖南省人民政府 ，People's Municipal Government of Hunan Province， 湖南省体育局 ，Hunan Sports Bureau。 湖南体育产业集团有限公司，湖南 Sports Industry Group Corporation， 体坛传媒 ，Titan Media Group Corporation， 长沙民政职业技术学院，长沙 Social Work College， 中南林业科技大学 ，Dallas University of Forestry and Technology。
Welcome back to Changsha. It's the start of the second half coming up, and the very first game of the 2015 FIBA Asia Championship. Kuwait trailing by 3, Hong Kong leading 29 to 26, and Kuwait made a pretty fast start, but the Hong Kong defense stepped up and points in quick transition. Lee Kee getting on the board there on the fast break. He's the leading scorer for Hong Kong with 8 points, 3 of 10 from the field. Here we see him from downtown knocking down one, but he's 2 of 8 from the outside.
Hasn't been the outside shot that's been a big factor for Hong Kong. It's been the transition points. They're up in fast break points 8 to none over Kuwait. But in terms of three-point shooting, Hong Kong has hit only 3 out of 16. Kuwait has even done better, 4 out of 7 from three-point distance. So it's been the speed game of Hong Kong that has given them this three-point lead. And for Kuwait, they need to do a better job. Coming back down on defense. Problem is, if defense is the focus of Kuwait, they've got 2 key players already with 3 personal fouls, Hassan and Al Said.
And Duncan Reid there, just 2 points in 15 minutes in the first half. He's only taken 2 shots, 1 of 2 from the field. As Kuwait will try and score the first points in the second half. Ahmad Hassan to the baseline, turns back, going to take the shot on himself, off the mark. Hong Kong trying to grab the board and do. And now here they go in transition again. Across to the far side to Lee, nice pass inside, and they'll get it to go eventually. The second time of asking, they stretch the lead to 5.
And that time Hong Kong had the numbers. Because they're playing the speed game, Kuwait's defense lagging behind a little bit. They had the numbers to get the offensive rebound. Here's another steal coming from Chan. And then Reid, he's already had 2 points in this second half. Not getting it, but another opportunity here for Hong Kong.
Another offensive board. Lee Kee going to try from the outside again, off the mark. So Lee Kee now 2 of 9 from downtown.
And you see Hassan slowing down the game. Kuwait doesn't want to get involved in an up and down sort of situation against Hong Kong.
Kuwait trying to end a 2.5-minute drought, and they do. And they make it a 1-possession game again as Al Safiri puts it in.
Al Safiri was just wide open for that shot, and if you're Hong Kong, you need to be able to stay home on the shooters. That's an offensive foul.
So Reid, who not too long ago doubled his tally in the game to 4 points, now commits the offensive foul and turnover.
Al Juma doing a good job of establishing position at the low block, preventing Duncan Reid from getting position in the inside.
Kuwait, who've been down by 5 at the start of this third quarter, now with an opportunity to get within 1 or maybe even to tie. Ahmad Hassan out to the outside. Al Said is driving towards the foul line. Goes beyond that too. Got a good look at the basket but can't finish, and Wong able to grab the rebound. Moved on to Wong Chung Wai here on the offensive end. And look to attack now from the perimeter. Gets a good passage inside. Chong Kam-hing goes all the way and adds to his tally. Now has 7.
When Chong's the slasher, Hong Kong looking to him to penetrate. And big offensive rebound that time by Al-Shamari.
Shamari off the mark. He's 0 of 7 from the field now.
He's a little bit wild, but you know, he's aggressive. He's trying to get to the free throw line. He's trying to draw the defense towards him, trying to get some contact. Hong Kong again looking to set up lead.
Quick spin by Reed. And offensive foul called on Reed the second in the space of about a minute. There's the aggressive drive to the hoop from Chong Kam-hing.
Duncan Reed now with 2 personal fouls off that offensive foul. Again, the slow down game here for Kuwait. Looking to set it up.
Now Shamari spins into trouble, had it knocked away and out of bounds.
Hong Kong doing a good job of keeping Al-Shamari away from close to the basket. And he's not a ball handler, so it's easier to pick off the ball from his hands when he's outside. Take a look at him again from the outside.
He's up against Wong here, prodding and probing and trying to find a way to penetrate. Puts it up from the foul line off the mark. Wong grabs the rebound.
Not a good idea to go 1-on-1.
Here comes that quick offense again in transition. But an offensive foul. Basket waved off. 3 offensive fouls in the opening 3 minutes of the second half for Hong Kong.
No basket right there. The offensive foul called on Duncan Reed. That's 3 now on him. Running interference, and Duncan Reed going to the bench. It's been a frustrating game for Duncan Reed so far. Yet Hong Kong up ahead by 5.
Looked like it was going to be a better second half for him. He came out and scored straight away, but then 3 quick-fire offensive fouls in the space of just a couple of minutes. And Reed takes a seat now. Al-Said. Al-Said looking to get inside, drives through traffic, gets the foul and can't quite get it to drop. Foul on Chong Kam-hing. It's his first. Abdullah Al-Said will go to the line for 2.
Al-Hamidi checking in here, number 12 for Al-Shamari.
Al-Shamari takes a seat, 0 of 8 from the field now.
What about the number of free throws Kuwait took in the entire first half? Just 2 out of 2 compared to 6 out of 13 for Hong Kong. Hong Kong actually not doing a very good job from the free throw line, missing 7 free throws. Kuwait.
They've missed 2 now. Al-Said off the mark with both of those.
The game is close as this. It's so important to get those free throws put in.
Absolutely could be one of the key decisive factors come the end of this one. Little time to feel the way into the tournament for these 2 nations. This is almost a must-win game here. Hong Kong looking to stretch their advantage. They get it to go, and the foul as well. Chong Kam-hing with a chance at a 3-point play.
And Tim, a lot of confidence behind that play, and Chong calling for the clear out, and he wanted to go 1-on-1. He's the slasher. Watch the way he moved inside. The defense closing in on him, but not able to establish position, drawing the blocking foul instead of the charge. Chong now at the line. He's got 9 points so far. Very active, very aggressive on the floor.
Efficient 9 points as well. 3 of 5 from the field for Chong, and a chance to become the first Hong Kong player now into double figures.
And what about the 4th personal foul against Hassan? He has to go back to the bench. He's got 5 points in the game, but Hassan will have to sit out quite a bit in the second half with a 4th personal foul.
Rebound Al-Jamar. Missed the chance to complete the 3-point play. There's a foul at the other end as Al-Said looks to make a move. It's going to go on Wong. Hong Kong leading by 7, and it's the 4th foul here on Wong Chung Wai. So a couple of players in big foul trouble towards the start of the 3rd quarter.
And Tim, I think you'll see a difference now in the way Kuwait is going to attack the basket with Hassan on the floor. They play a very much controlled, deliberate half-court set. But now with Hassan sitting down, number 4 player Abu Dham, he's going to be controlling the show. And I think you'll see a lot more quickness on the part of Kuwait in attacking the basket. You also have Al Sayed going strong to the hole, taking advantage of the lack of defensive formation of Hong Kong. Oh, could be a technical foul right here.
Technical foul for Team Kuwait, number 28, 3rd personnel.
Yeah, they're calling
Al-Jamal with a technical foul. So it'll be 1 free throw and possession here for Hong Kong off the technical foul.
It's Lee Ki who's going to take it. 9 points now for him. 7-point game, and Hong Kong can make it largest lead of the game here.
Not very happy with the situation. It was Coach Khaled Youssef. You saw him on the screens just a while back. Giving Hong Kong an extra possession here off the technical foul.
Lee moved on to Chan. Chance to attack now for Lin from the perimeter. Drives inside, finds a lovely pass, and they put it in with Zeta.
Everything set up by the ball fake. And Lin finding his way inside after that ball fake, and then getting the pass inside for the easy 2 points.
Zeto 2 of 2 from the field for 5 points as Kuwait missed from the outside. Hong Kong reel in the rebound, and now a chance to come in transition again. Kuwait getting back well, getting set defensively. Move it around here to Chan, across to Lee Ki. Hong Kong almost like a shark smelling blood at the moment, looking to open up the first double-digit lead of the game. Oh, tested shot from the near side, knocked down by Lee Ki. It's the first double-digit lead of the first game of the Asia Championship. Lee has 12 points. He struggled from downtown, but what a shot that was.
3 out of 10 for 3-point distance, now with 12 points. But you see the change in defensive strategy of Kuwait. That time not playing a 2-3 zone defense, going man-to-man. And first, after that ball fake and then the easy 2 points, coming off the extra pass inside. And then, what about that pass? Coming from Chung, knocking it down with Lee. From the corner.
Lee 2 of 9 from downtown before that one. So Kuwait have to find a response now. They're down by 12. And it's the largest lead of the game by some distance. Lee Ki now the leading scorer for Hong Kong, joint leading scorer in the game with the 12 points, 4 of 12 from the field, but what a big shot that was. He's just continued to shoot from downtown, despite his early struggles in this game. We're midway through the 3rd quarter. Kuwait really in need of a score, and they'll get in here with Al-Jamal off the timeout.
Abu Dham, excellent pass inside. And Al-Jamal, that's his first field goal in the game, getting his first 2 points.
Lee moving it across to the far side where they're going to attack here with Chong. Looks to drive inside and draws the foul on Al Sayed. That's his 4th.
Number 12.
And Tim, I'm not sure if it's the right idea for Kuwait to play man-on-man at this stage. I thought they did an excellent job playing a 2-3 zone defense through much of the first half. But now they're giving Hong Kong a lot of opportunities to go to the line. And plus, they're giving up a lot of fouls. So far in this quarter, already 3 team fouls for Kuwait, but Hong Kong already in the penalty.
Chong able to hit the first from the line. This is the second. They get the offensive board though.
Hustle play when you're looking for those 50-50 balls.
Chong driving inside, lovely bounce pass, but the rejection comes from Al Zafiri.
Would have been a wonderful play there off the extra pass, but the defense was up to the task here for Kuwait. Oh, long outside shot.
Three-pointer off the mark.
Here we go again with Chong. Oh, excellent pass.
And they'll put it in. Hong Kong leading by 13 as Chong moves on to 12 points. Largest lead of the game. 4 minutes of the third quarter to play. Kuwait need to find a way to stop the bleeding, but they can't. They come in transition again. It's another easy basket. Chong moving it on to Chan.
He's been the facilitator, Chong. And earlier we saw him slash. We saw him so aggressive in going to the hole. This time he's facilitating. He's starting the break, and he's using a lot of his energy to get possessions here for Hong
the
Kong.
foot of Al Saeed.
Here we go
eventually
again.
picked off from Abu Dom, and here they come again. They're relentless right now, Hong Kong. Back to the perimeter. They'll take their time with this one. Kuwait doing just about enough to hold them up.
Huge 15-point lead enjoyed by Hong Kong. Tenacious defense, leading to turnovers, leading to baskets on the other end.
Nice pass in towards the baseline. They'll try and get it to go not once but twice, and eventually a foul as Zeto was looking to make the basket count. He will go to the line instead to try and earn them.
Number 4, holding foul. Second personal foul. Substitution for Team Kuwait.
Huge spell in this game for Hong Kong now. Kuwait need to try and find the answers. Really struggling.
And Tim, desperate measures here for Kuwait because they're bringing back Hassan, who's got 4 personal fouls. There's 3:20 to go in this quarter. But Hong Kong breaking away, carrying this game open right here with a 15-point lead.
Kuwait needing any help they can get right now. Zeto missing 1 free throw. Won't miss the second though, and the lead stretches to 60. Here's Hassan, playing on those 4 fouls onto Al-Jamar. Al-Hamidi really wants to drive inside here. The help defense came across, almost knocked the ball away. Al-Jamar then does have it stripped, and here come Hong Kong in quick transition again. All the way, coast to coast. Down court goes Chong Kam-hing, and he is really carrying the charge for Hong Kong.
He's making a difference. He's got 12 points right now.
$18-point lead. Al-Jamar. Across to the far side now to Hassan. Al-Jamar. Shot clock's already down to 1, and a shot clock violation as Hong Kong strip the ball. Lee Ki. Final 2 minutes of the third quarter. Chan to Lee Ki. He's going to put up the 3 again. Can't hit. He did from the corner, contested not too long ago. Look at that, no score in over 3 minutes now for Kuwait.
Chan putting some pressure here on Hassan in the backcourt matchup. Nice screen that time, but no pass inside. Setting for the outside shot.
Great miss by Al-Hamidi. The drought continues. Moved around by Lin, and then further on by Lee. Chance to get inside, kick it out to the outside again here. Final 90 seconds of the third. Hong Kong shooting from the outside, and the momentum continues as Lee hits again from downtown, now has 15.
It started with a screen and then the extra pass to a man open from the outside. Lee 15 points, Chong with 12 points. A lot of big-time scorers here showing up for Hong Kong in the absence of Chan, who's only had 4 points, and Duncan Reed also with just 4.
They find a way to stop the bleeding with Al Saeed, who hits from the outside, but they're still down big here, Kuwait. Down by 18 as we enter the final minute of the third quarter. It's not over. not by a long way, but they need to quickly turn it around as Lee shoots from the outside again. Can't hit this time, rebound grabbed by Al-Hamidi. Quick pass up court, they could do with getting back-to-back baskets here, Kuwait, in towards Al-Jamar, and he's fouled.
Penalty situation in effect against Hong Kong.
You can see that they wanted to travel.
Al-Jamar is going to go to the line for free throws.
Al-Jamar just 1 of 4 from the field. And this is first trip to the foul line.
Jim, I'm interested to find out how many assists Chong has. He's got 12 points in the game. Maybe 2 or 3.
4 assists as
4
well
assists.
for Chong Kam Hing.
Yeah.
A couple of steals too. And Lee Ki, who leads the way with 15 points for Hong Kong, has 4 steals as well, all of those coming in the first half. That diligent Hong Kong defense has suffocated the Kuwait offense.
I think it's their all-court hustle as well, Tim. The way they're fighting for those 50-50 balls, they're able to get possessions, extra possessions. They're not giving up too many offensive rebounds.
Just no joy here for Kuwait at all in the quarter. You can see they're 1 of 6 from the free throw line. Just can't find a way to score. Nice pass inside. Hong Kong certainly can find a way to score. Zeto Wai Kit puts it in to stretch the lead to 20 again.
What about the pass coming from Chong? That's his 5th assist in the ball game. So sharing the basketball, finding a way to get easy shots, and Hong Kong was sprinted to a 20-point lead. And earlier we were talking about the offensive rebounds in the first half.
3 from El Said, right at the buzzer at the end of the third. A lifeline perhaps for Kuwait as he puts it in to reduce the deficit down to 17. Boy, did they need that one at the end of the third quarter. A torrid third quarter for Kuwait. Hong Kong have blown this game wide open after a really close first half. They've led by over 20, and the lead at the end of 3 is 17. The score, Kuwait 37, Hong Kong 54 at the end of 3.
Al Said hitting that buzzer beater 3-point shot to trim the lead to 17 points. But earlier we were talking about offensive rebounding and how that has been important for Hong Kong. You take a look at the 3-point shooting here. Hong Kong 5 out of 21, but Kuwait actually doing a better job. They've got 6 conversions from beyond the arc. But look at the offensive rebounding here. 16 offensive rebounds for Hong Kong as against only 5 for Kuwait. And that's a point we were making earlier. Hong Kong dominating the boards. Take a look at also the turnover situation with Kuwait lapsing into 16 errors so far in this game. What about that man, Chong? He has been a telling factor, particularly in the third period. He's a slasher, he's a facilitator. He's got 5 assists across his name, plus 12 points. What about that pass inside that was foiled by the defense of Kuwait? Kuwait not getting anything in transition. And that's also been a big part of the story of Hong Kong. And in this game so far, Hong Kong with 14 fast break points, 0 for Kuwait.
You talk about the offensive rebounding of Hong Kong. They've had 7 more shots in the game, but Kuwait have taken 1 more shot inside. They've only made 8 of 29 from 2-point range for 28%.
And overall, it's been 41% shooting for Hong Kong and 33% shooting for Kuwait. Domination of the boards, that has been big for Hong Kong. 39 rebounds as against 25 boards for Kuwait. And in transition, what a rout. 14-0 advantage for Hong Kong over Kuwait in fast break points. But hold on, we've got the 4th period left. And you're going to expect Kuwait to come out with guns blazing here. Desperate measures back in the 3rd period. Kuwait coach Youssef bringing back Hassan with 4 personal fouls. Let's see how they address the situation here in the 4th period.
Can they get a defensive stop at the start of the 4th? They can't. Hong Kong put it in at the 2nd attempt. Duncan Reed, if he can get going properly in the 4th quarter, then Kuwait really do have problems. And they come looking to try and get closer with Hamad Hassan. And a foul. Second on Lin.
Well, notice on the pick and roll defense, you see Reed coming out to the ball carrier. He's actually leaving the roller open for a shot inside, but somehow Kuwait not able to give the ball to the roller after the pick and roll.
There's another foul. So two in quick succession on Lin. Picks up his second and his third.
Third person. Conflict cushion for Hong Kong China. The way on the base is
Hamed Hassan, who's on 4 fouls, getting his opponent in a bit of foul trouble too at the start of the fourth. And both of them non-shooting fouls, so still Kuwait possession. They will inbound the ball here with Al Hamidi. Al Said.
Now he hit the three-point shot to win the third period.
High entry pass,
wide.
too high.
Yeah.
Wild, and a turnover. We talked about them not having the height inside. That's something that you can't do with the entry pass in towards the 191 Al Hamidi.
That's 17 turnovers now against Kuwait. What a turn inside for Duncan Reed. Not able to get the ball to drop, but getting the offensive rebound. Now that's tenacity.
Able to grab it and able to draw the 4th foul on Al Jamar.
What about that spin down the baseline for Duncan Reed?
We talk about him having a relatively quiet and ineffective game. He could still quite easily get a double-double here. 7 points and 11 rebounds now. Make it 8 and 11 for Duncan Reed. Quietly effective. Not a big scoring game, but certainly contributing and bringing others into the picture. Hassan looking to attack, has it stripped away. There's that suffocating defense again from Hong Kong, rejected though from Al Jamar, who's playing on those 4 fouls, and he was taking no prisoners.
It's still going to be Hong Kong ball. The ball. Al Jamar, you watch it right here. Here's the big block. And the ball. Quick 2 points scored here by Hong Kong to bring up the lead.
But now 23, it's a huge lead, and Kuwait in need of putting together a big run. They'll try from the outside here, off the mark is Hassan, rebound grabbed by Reed. This is 12th board of the game. Chan, bring the ball over half court. Chong, those two have been very impressive here early on. A foul called on Hassan. That'll be his 5th foul. So Hamed Hassan going to foul out of the game here. He fouled out on 5 points, 5 boards, and 2 assists. Remember, had all of those 5 points very early on, so he's struggled since with that foul trouble. And he will end the first game of the FIBA Asia Championship on the bench.
And he had just missed a 3-point shot earlier. Hassan going back to the bench, getting a tap on the head from his coach, Youssef.
And Hong Kong at the line, a chance to add to their impressive and growing lead. Disappointing end here for Hamed Hassan. Greater responsibility on the likes of Al Said. My mistake, not a shooting foul, so Hong Kong inbounding the ball and scoring quickly with Chong, who now has 14.
And he's still playing with a lot of energy, slashing to the hole. And what a game he's enjoying right here. Chong with 14 points. Absolutely no one from the Kuwait side really able to stop him from getting a shot off. And when he's being shadowed, he's able to find and locate the open shooters. 5 assists so far is Chong.
Pretty pirouette move to kick the ball out to the outside, and Abu Dom continues to fire despite Kuwait being in trouble here. He now has 15.
He's been a consistent scorer for Kuwait, Abu Dom. Now a press for Kuwait to try to get some turnovers and easy baskets on the other end.
Driving down the baseline, trying to force it in there was Shu. Unable to do so. Kuwait looking for back-to-back baskets here with Al Hamidi. Prodded away though in a turnover.
Chan deflecting that ball. giving an opportunity here for a steal. Here's a technical foul called on Al-Hamidi. Very close.
Unhappy they are right now.
Very close to getting a disqualifying foul.
How frustrated they are. That frustration has built and grown throughout the game, as particularly in this second half, Hong Kong have took full advantage.
There's one free throw coming up. And Duncan Reid knocks it down.
Just 1 point away from a double-double, 9 points and 12 rebounds for Reid. After just 2 points in the first half. Look at that run, 22-9 since the midway point of the third quarter in favour of Hong Kong. Blowing this game wide open. They'll continue to try and make that run look even more impressive here, with Chong driving inside, out to the corner for the open three. Off the mark that time, Reid trying to grab another rebound and then kicks back over half court. It's a big ask now for Kuwait. 6 minutes and 53 seconds remaining in the game, down by 23. We talked about how significant this game could be, and you mentioned at the start of the game the comments from the Kuwait head coach, Khaled Youssef. They weren't going to take any prisoners, they were going to pounce. They wanted to play no mercy basketball. It's been the other way around.
That's right. I think Coach Sean of Hong Kong had exactly the same thing in mind here.
It's his philosophy that's coming out on top here.
Here's a jump ball situation, and it's going to be the possession arrow in effect here.
Really tough for Kuwait. You can see the disappointment all round at this stage. Stranger things have happened in this sport.
Oh,
they've come back from this position, but just look at the body language at the moment of Kuwait, and it's not looking positive for them.
Kuwait did a good job in the first half. They were down by 3 at the turn.
Shot clock down to 3 already as they drive inside with Warhammer. Knocked away.
Warhammer will go to the line for 2 free throws.
Right to the end of the shot clock. They need every point they can get here. The 21-year-old making a strong move.
Still
The
a
foul
lot of
for
time
shoot.
left here. 6:30 to go. Every point counts now here for Kuwait. They need a series of stops. And plus, they need to make those free throws. Warhammer has not scored in this game so far.
And of course, even if they can't get back and win this from this huge deficit, they want to reduce the arrears as much as possible. Nice entry pass and a simple free layup for Duncan Reid, who now has a double-double, 11 points and 12 rebounds, and much improved in the second half.
Just a matter of time. Plus, Kuwait is playing a one-on-one type of defense. They're playing man-to-man. They're not able to stop Duncan Reid from getting his touches because they're not playing a zone defense. That's an air
well
ball.
short there. Well short with that one. He's really been on form, 15 points in 17 minutes. But misses that one, and he's been the only player really carrying the fight forward for Kuwait. 9 points for Al Saeed, but Abu Dom the only player in double figures.
Shari Al-Hamari, number 13, is on the floor right now, as well as another Al-Shamari. That's Al-Shamari Abdul Rahman.
Tipped away here by Al Jamar. Forces the turnover with Kuwait down by 25. Trying to find the pass here was Al-Shamari. Just about did, but they were held up and they'll have to start again. Still plenty of time to work with.
Shari Al-Shamari is only 20 years old.
Goes down on the perimeter. Reid comes away with a steal, and Reid will finish emphatically as well. The big dunk from the big Duncan Reid, and he now has 13 points.
Duncan Reid all the way home with that two-handed slam dunk. He now has 13 points. Watch him right here. Wide open slam dunk for Duncan Reid.
13 points and 12 rebounds, and you can see what it means to Hong Kong on the court and on the bench. And Kuwait calling a timeout to try and stop the rock. leaders for Kuwait, who have really been struggling for scoring, as we talked about. 15 points for Abu Dhabi. Nobody else in double figures for them.
And earlier you saw the Kuwait coach Khalid Youssef trying to give life to his players. There's 5 minutes and 21 to go. I think it's important that they continue to play aggressive and tough basketball, looking ahead what's going on in the Group B competitions. This is a bracket where the Philippines, Palestine, and then of course Kuwait and Hong Kong are competing in. And after the first round of preliminaries, one of these 4 teams will be dropped out of the standings, and the top 3 will move on to the second round.
We're talking about the Philippines and Palestine as being the potential top 2. This game almost being for that 3rd place already, but it's one game, team versus team, nation versus nation. Don't discount an upset at all in this Group B. We're only saying how we think it could play out. Any team can beat anyone. You just never know. Kuwait will want to come back stronger. They'll want to learn from this. To continue playing for the next 5 minutes, because that could provide a difference too, as Al Jamar misses from just inside. The Hong Kong lead at 27 now.
What a luxury here for Hong Kong. You've got Lee, he's not even in the game right now. And he's got 15 points. The contents of Coach On giving a lot of his reserves opportunity to play here. Now you've got So checking in. And So didn't even play in the first 3 quarters of this game. There's an opportunity for him to show what he can do.
Looking to stretch that lead further here. 5 left to shoot. Moved on by Zhu, then moved around the perimeter to the corner. They'll drive in down the baseline. That's an offensive strong move.
So they won't count the basket.
They've counted the basket.
They counted the basket. It's a 3-point play opportunity. They watch it right here. I thought it might have been a signal for an offensive foul, but no, it was a blocking foul. They give an opportunity for a 3-point play.
And Al Jamar fouls out of the game as well. So Kuwait dropping like flies. The second one fouled out of the game now after Hassan a little earlier. Al Jamar fouled out with 8 rebounds, a couple of points and a couple of assists.
And Leung completing the 3-point play.
It's now a 30-point game. No score for Kuwait in over 3 minutes. Move it down to Borhama, who's going to drive the baseline, kicks it back. He chose to try and play the extra pass instead of Marzouk putting it up to get the offensive board.
Ball didn't hit the rim, so shot clock continues to run.
Are they aware of that? That's the key question. Or maybe the man on the ball, Borhama, wasn't, and it's a shot clock violation as Al Shamari put up the shot. There's a foul here. There's a foul on So, right at the end of the shot clock.
I think it was a 3-point attempt, so they're going to give him 3 free throws.
Al Shamari really put up a prayer to Kuwait get the chance for 3 points when it looked for all the world like it was going to be a shot clock violation. He misses the first though, the 20-year-old at the line. 6 minutes on court today. Does get the second one to drop for his first points at the Asia Championship. Make it 2 of 3 on that trip to the line. 4 minutes to play, and Hong Kong lead 70-42. It's stripped away here by Kuwait. Al Shamari looking to attack again, ran into trouble. Zeto putting up a defensive wall, but they still have it here. Borhama driving inside, long 2 is short from Al Shamari. And Hong Kong can come in transition again. They've been doing this all game long, and they continue to fire on the fast break as So Shung Ying puts it in for his first score.
Excellent defense that time once again for Hong Kong, giving them an opportunity to run. That's been the story of this game. For Hong Kong, it's been their transition attack. Kuwait not able to stop or keep at pace with Hong Kong on that end. Wide open medium range shot falling down for Haman.
So Kuwait have started to at least get a few more points on the board in this fourth quarter, although they trail by 28, and Hong Kong not happy. They don't want to take their foot off the gas towards the end of this one. They want it to be as big a win as possible, so they will call the timeout to make sure the intensity continues. As we have a look at their top scorers, look at that, 3 players in double figures. We've talked about Reed stepping up in the second half, 13 points and 13 rebounds to 14 points and 5 assists for Chong, and the 15 points of Lee leading the way.
Another 2 points here in transition for Hong Kong. And for Duncan Reed, what a slow start. 4 points in the first half, but then when Kuwait
2 points in the
relaxed.
first half. His third and fourth came right at the start.
That's right,
of the
yes,
third
2
quarter.
points. Yeah, exactly. 2 points in the first half for Duncan Reed, but now with 13 points and a double-double performance for him. And you see an opportunity for Duncan Reed to take advantage of what the defense gives him. In the first half, he had trouble getting his touches because of the 2-3 zone defense. Somehow Kuwait went to a man-to-man defense in the second half. Then he got his touches. Then he got his opportunity to score, finishing up with a double-double right here.
He's rebounded well in the first and second half. Duncan Reed, 13, but scoring 2 in the first half, 11 in the second half.
Here's a positive note here for Kuwait coach Khalid Youssef. Second turnover forced by Kuwait off the full court press against Hong Kong.
Now try from the outside. It's well off the mark again. Hamidi this time. And you can just see the frustration in the body language and the facial expressions of the Kuwait players.
Back to a full court. Pressure defense here for Kuwait.
They're able to play out of that pressure, and they'll take it on from the outside. Short, they can't get the offensive board this time, but more than double the number of offensive rebounds. Hong Kong to Kuwait, 20 to 10. They created those extra shots because of that.
Oh, what a circus shot.
Sensational move from Yusuf Borhama. The 21-year-old comes up with a highlight reel play.
Did you see the way he flexed his leg before making that move to the basket? What a shot coming from Borhama.
Silver lining on an otherwise dark cloud of a Kuwait performance. Hong Kong looking to attack, the foul on Borhama.
And Hong Kong not straying from the usual side. You see the way he kicked off with that leg, and then the spin move and the circus shot off the glass. Borhama with a highlight reel play.
Doubles his tally in the game to 4. He's got 5 rebounds as well. Played 13.5 minutes, Borhama. Might want extra minutes as the group develops.
You know, what about the discipline of the Hong Kong team? He's got a lot of reserves now on the floor. Duncan Reed's not on the floor. Chan is not on the floor. There are other big scorers. I don't even see Lee on the floor right now. But they're still sticking to the same kind of discipline that the first team provided and showed right from the start of the game.
Yeah, all 3 of those double-figure scorers for Hong Kong at the moment sat on the bench. They've maintained this big lead, although Kuwait have started to play a bit, started to get a few points on the board here in the fourth. Al Shamari hits that time. 25-point game. Here they are playing out of that pressure again, Hong Kong. Final 2 minutes. They'll take on the 3 from the far side. It's nothing but net from Leung Shi-Hwa.
Again, we were talking about the discipline of Hong Kong. They're not rushing shots. They're moving the ball around. Even with this big size lead, they're still looking to play unselfish basketball, looking for the open man.
Kuwait continuing to get the scoreboard ticking over for them, but it's too little too late at this stage as Marzouk gets on the board for the first time in the tournament. Final minute approaching. The very first game here at the FIBA Asia Championship. And the 3 is good again. Back-to-back threes for Leung Shi-Hwa. Another 21-year-old stepping up to the plate, and 9 quick-fire points for him.
And again, that shot was facilitated by a pass and then the screen. So no one-on-one creations here for Hong Kong, sticking to the system and playing disciplined basketball. Marzouk with a chance to score again.
Hong Kong come up with the steal, move it quickly down court again, and the foul
That's a hard
Lin
foul.
Ho Chun wins the battle of the number 12s.
That's an unsportsmanlike foul. That's called on Al Hamidi.
For Team Kuwait. Number 12. Pulls the person now.
Really hard across the side of the head from Abdulaziz Al Hamidi, and somehow getting the layup to drop was Lin Ho Chun. It looked like he was almost knocked out mid-air, and he's able to pick himself back up, and he's able to complete the three-point play. And Hong Kong will still have possession as well. 33-point lead, 42 seconds to play. So those three double-figure scorers sat on the bench for Hong Kong. You've now got three on the court at the moment, approaching double figures. This man is one of them. He's hit two from downtown, making a hat-trick of threes for Leung Shi-hwa towards the end of the fourth quarter, and he now has 12 points.
And what an explosion for Leung coming off the bench. Oh, here's
Another strip. Kuwait falling apart at the end of this one, and going all the way, Lin Ho Chun to rub salt in the Kuwait wounds.
How many times have we seen Hong Kong playing excellent defense, fueling their transition attack?
Leung and Lin quickly into double figures at the end of this one, so Hong Kong with a big win in the first game of the FIBA Asia Championships, with 5 players in double figures, showing the strength in depth of their bench as well, and they win this opening game against Kuwait 87-50, led by the 15 points of Ki Lee, with a double-double from Duncan Reid, ever so impressive in the second half, 13 points and 13 rebounds for him.
Well, certainly a statement game here for Hong Kong, blowing out Kuwait by 37 points and drawing big numbers from a lot of players, using their bench depth to get production from a lot of players. Take a look at how they performed from the free throw line, 15 conversions from the line against only 5 for Kuwait. Rebounding story has also been a big factor, a 16 rebound advantage for Hong Kong. What about the 20 offensive rebounds for Hong Kong against only 11 for Kuwait? In turnovers, forcing Kuwait to 22 turnovers. What about the steals? 15 steals for Hong Kong. And fueling that kind of defense that has been a trademark here for Hong Kong right from the get-go of this contest.
You have a look at the equation of this one as we see the rebound leaders here. Reid with those 13 boards as part of that double-double. The equation is that Hong Kong had more offensive boards, so they had more shots in the game, and effectively it didn't matter that they only shot 31% from downtown, because they made 8 3-pointers, Kuwait made 7. Those extra shots were the missed shots from downtown, because they dominated inside, shooting 59% to Kuwait's 29.
In terms of possessions, yes, they had a lot more possessions than Kuwait because of the rebounding story. And plus, you've got 5 players finishing in double figures for Hong Kong, and that shows you the kind of depth that Hong Kong is providing. And in this FIBA Asian Championships, I think Hong Kong will provide quite a bit of opposition against the other teams in bracket B. For Kuwait, learning experience for them. I thought they had some good positive moments when they did the full court press.
We just saw the 3 knocked down by Abu Dom, the only Kuwait player in double figures, finished with 15 points in 19 minutes. Their next leading scorer, Al Saeed, had just 9 points. They did get 8 rebounds from Al Jamar, eventually fouled out of the game. Hassan was also fouled out of the game. At Hong Kong, with those 5 players in double figures, led by the 15 of Lee, 14 from Chong, 13 from Reid as part of that double-double, 12 from Leung, who hit 3 big 3-pointers right towards the end of the game, 10 from Lin, who came up big in the fourth quarter as well. Those 10 points coming in 14.5 minutes. We see some of the Hong Kong scoring here. Chong with a tremendous display, 14 points and 5 assists for him. Thoroughly impressive all-round for Hong Kong, much to the delight of the coaching staff. Abu Dom with one of those threes as part of that 15 points for Kuwait, but he didn't get much help in scoring. And there, a 3 for Al Saeed with those 9 points, but you can't win a game of basketball with 1 player in double figures.
Well, big stat in this game, fast break points, 22 in transition for Hong Kong, none for Kuwait. And that quickness, that fueled a lot of the easy baskets scored by Hong Kong and triggered that breakaway in the third period. As we mentioned earlier, Duncan Reid, he had only 2 points in the first half, finishing with a double-double with 13 points in the end. And Duncan Reid, also with 13 rebounds, was a big factor in the second half breakaway of Hong Kong in this one.
So Hong Kong deal a big blow to Kuwait in the opening game of the FIBA Asia Championships. The final score, Kuwait 50, Hong Kong 87.